What to do, Fat Finger Squad in the building. Getting the lab ready here. I had to restart the computer because I wanted to see if we can get GNS3 to work nicely today, play nicely today. If not, then we'll just resort to Packet Tracer once again. For this lab, we'll need 3 switches. Cable them up just like this right here. If you already have the book, you already know what it is, man. It's lab number 72 in the book. Actually, that was the old version of the book. I have the new version of the book. If you want to follow along, this is the book we're using, 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, Learn by Doing, authored by Paul Browning and Farai Tafa. You can also, there should be a link in the description box below, and you can get a copy of this book here. We got Pepper Jack in the building. What's up, Pepper Jack? We haven't seen you last night. We was debating, what were we debating yesterday? Root bridges and spanning tree and stuff, man. And I was hoping to see you there, but we didn't get to see you yet last night. Glad you're here today, though. We got Brendan Gallagher in the building. We got my man Gonzalo, who skipped the night, skipped the stream the other day. We got Plant-Based Brother back in the building, who's been absent for a little bit. We got S Smooth representing BK in the house. We got Miss NetworkBruh, Danielle Williams in the building. Hit me with the heart eye emojis over there. Let's see. We are doing today in the book, in this version of the book, it is lab number 29, configure and verify troubleshoot ether channels. And I'm glad you said, Pepper Jack said for me to ether channel my way into this video. I actually watched NetworkBruh when I was studying for my Cisco certs, CCNA a few years back. He knows his stuff. Appreciate that, Pepper Jack, man. I really appreciate that, man. I'm glad you, these videos helped you with your CCNA, and I'm glad you still tune in to the live streams, man. You know, I guess back when you were watching them, they were just pretty much just tutorials and stuff, and now we're actually doing hands-on and live streaming the videos and stuff. So I've always been wanting to do some live streams. It's just that you had to have like a certain number of subscribers, and then I was just kind of nervous behind the camera and stuff. So, you know, I guess I got over that fear, and here we are. Now I've got a whole squad called the Fat Finger Squad. We got Gonzalo in the building with the money signs. If y'all want to go ahead and get started here, let's just call this Ether Channels. And hopefully, last night, GNS3 did not want to play with us. I'll just call it configuring Ether Channels, right? Ether Channels. And it required a reboot for me to fix that problem. But I didn't want to do that midstream. So hopefully, it works for us today. If we can drag and drop a switch onto the topology, then we should be good to go. And there we go. We need 3 switches for this lab, right? Go ahead and cable them up. Typically, when you're studying ether channel or spanning tree, they usually have your network topology looking like that right there, right? I'll go ahead and close that bad boy. Actually, you know what? Let's bring up the exam topics, right? That's the exam. Let's see where. Exam topics. So, okay. Obviously, the channel should be in here. It is that of the book right there. So network access is 20% of the exam. We need to learn how to configure and verify layer 2 and layer 3 ether channels, specifically LACP. Now, I don't know why they said LACP when one of them is open standard, one of them is a Cisco proprietary standard. Does anybody know which is which? There's LACP and PAgP, right? Which one is, that's our pop quiz for today. Which one is the Cisco proprietary standard, and what does it stand for? The letters. What up? Did I miss anything? Nope, you did not miss anything, Danny. We also got Who Am I in the building. What's going on? Representing Queens. You didn't tell me what part of Queens you was from, though. Who am I? So yeah, we said we are going to cable up 3 switches just like this right here. And like I was mentioning, typically when you're studying for ether channel or spanning tree, they have you the network topology kind of looking like that right there. So what else we needed? So we need two interfaces going that way, two interfaces going that way, and two interfaces going that way. Now my interfaces might be different from y'all's because I guess the modules on here are different, and I'm not too sure how to renumber them. I know there's probably a way to do it. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. So we just need to go from that port to this port, and then another one going that way to that way, and then two going this way. We'll do 2 to 2. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do 2 to 2 there, and then we'll do 3 to 3 here, and then from here we need to say cannot create link is for. All right, so we need to go from 2 to, let's say, 0. Now this is gonna be a little tough. We need to start. We need, you know, here's what we're gonna do. There's our labels for each of these right here, right? We need to make sure that that is up for us. Let's move some of these labels over too. This is gig 02 to 00. This is going to be a pretty tough one here. So notice these numbers are already jumbled up here. I guess that one was 0. See, I can't even remember now. That was 2. And then I believe that's 0, and then that's 1. Right? So that's 2 right there. 0, 0 is there. Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. And then 3 to there, 2 to there. Now again, your interfaces might be a little different. So if you're using Packet Tracer or even G, just kind of pay attention to what your interfaces say. I believe 3 to there, 2 to there, if I remember correctly. And let's do the renumbering here. EtherChannel is the Cisco proprietary. Yes, it is. However, yes, it is. EtherChannel is Cisco proprietary. But so let me rephrase my question. Which one is Cisco proprietary? PAgP or LACP? And which one of those? Which one does it stand for? What does both of them stand for? If you really want to know. Springfield Gardens, bro. Okay, that's what's up. I'm trying to figure out where Springfield Garden is. Not too familiar with Queens. I know my godmother lives in Jamaica, Queens. Is that anywhere like near Jamaica? I know Jamaica's like super far, like towards the end of the E train station, in that area. Danny said LACP is open standard and PAgP is Cisco. That is correct. Danny, I don't know why I be missing you be answering and I just skip over your answers there. But yes, Danny got it correct. So the open standard is LACP and PAgP is the Cisco proprietary standard. Now, what does PAgP stand for without Googling it? So I just keep throwing these little, not necessarily curveballs, but just little extra questions, I guess, here. We need to change that to switch 1. Switch 1. He's 2 and he's 3. Switch 2. Right? That's what they said there. Give them some time to people still catch up. If you haven't logged in yet, you still got time because we're just doing some basic homework here. Some IP addressing. This is switch 3. Fat Finger Squad in the building. Let's put the label for that guy over here. This guy over here. See? Look at that. What's going on with me here, man? How's you guys Wednesday so far? It's a hump day. Yeah, in Jamaica. You got it. Okay, so yeah, you know, I haven't been in New York in years, man, but I know a little something about New York. Like I said, I used to live in Harlem and moved down here in Orlando in 1991. So I guess I remember some of that area. Yeah, my boy used to live out there too in Jamaica, Queens. So, well, actually, it was his dad though. Anyway, let's go ahead. I think we've done enough labeling here. We need one more cable for this down here. We need one more cable. So we're gonna go from, let's say, port 3 to port 04 there. Right, and then put that label there, this label here, and that right there, and I think we got enough labeling there. I'm gonna power these bad boys up one by one because y'all know I got this old ass computer that be acting up and stuff like that. I work with a guy that tries to fix everything with EtherChannel. He doesn't know what it does, but thinks the concept is so helpful, he can apply it anywhere. Google says port aggregation protocol. That is correct, Danny. We got our Googler over there. But Fraudbot says he got a guy that tries to fix everything with EtherChannel. Yeah, EtherChannel is a pretty cool concept. Basically, what it does is, like, so let's say we got these two interfaces right here, right? If we want to you know, increase our bandwidth with you know, let's say we got a server connected on, I don't know, on that side or whatever, and we want to increase the bandwidth, then we could just do NIC teaming, or they will call it NIC teaming on the server. But with between two switches, it's a port channel or ether channel, and we just have these two links right here. They're two physical links, but we can combine them to be one logical link. So instead of these are gigabit Ethernet ports, right? So now we have a 2 gigabit Ethernet link there because they're both going, well, once we combine them into an ether channel, there will be one link that's capable of providing 2 gigabits of throughput there. Just plug another cable in, that'll fix it. It's like duct tape, huh, Fraudbot? I guess he likes to he loves the concept of EtherChannel. I kind of like the concept too. So while we're at it, we're 15 minutes into the lab here, and I guess we can get started. The objective of this lab is for us to learn and understand how to use redundant links. Fraudbot, I hope your coworker is tuned in. If not, tell him we tune in. I mean, we do these labs Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So while he's over there patching up your network at work, using EtherChannels, tell him to go ahead and subscribe to the NetworkBruh so he knows what exactly they do and how to configure them, right? Understand how to use redundant links between Cisco switches in order to build port channels. You might ask yourself, well, why don't we just like put both of them together and then just leave them as is, right? Well, the problem is you can potentially cause a loop. And if spanning tree is turned on, which by default it usually is, it's going to block one of these links right here. So if it's not blocking there, it'll be blocked there. It'll just depend on which one is the root switch, etc. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and power this bad boy on and see which one is being blocked. Power that bad boy on, and we'll console into switch 1. And most likely one of those, you see, we got 1, 2 here, 3, 4. One of those 4 they should be blocked, theoretically. And you can do port and destination MAC address load balancing per EtherChannel port as well. That is correct, PAgP. We can also do load balancing. So if we have, we can have our traffic going on not just that link, but to the other link, depending on either the destination MAC address or the source MAC address. So we could say like, okay, if we have 2 destinations, like let's say we got traffic coming for switch 1, and we want and we have 2 different like 2 MAC addresses. Well, both of these links are gonna have 2 separate MAC addresses, right? We can have the traffic going on this link or on that link, depending on what the MAC address is, and we could like PAgP was saying, we can manipulate that. I don't know if we'll have time to do all of that, and I don't think this lab even calls for it. So, but yes, that is another feature, load balancing, and you can choose by destination, source, MAC address. You can also do it by, what else? What were they again? IP. Yes, by IP as well. Source or destination. So we got switch 1 powered on. Let's look at ports 00 and 01, right, on switch 1. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and configure him as hostname switch 1, and then let's show span. And notice all of these ports are forwarding, right? So he is the root switch. So now let's go ahead and take a look. See, all of these ports are forwarding. So 00 is forwarding on VLAN 1, and so is 01, as we can see right there. That's noted. It's noted right there, right? And the cost is 4 because why? They're gigabit Ethernet links. This is their priority, not to be confused with this priority. This is like a priority for spanning tree, and these are peer-to-peer links. Let's go to switch not 3. This is switch 2. Console into that bad boy and see which one of those are being blocked. One of them got to be blocked though. Should be blocked. Now we're in switch 2. It's an optimization thing. That's correct. That is correct, PAgP. So we would be optimizing our traffic by doing that. That way they're not one of those links are being overutilized. That's why we want to load balance, right? Y'all know what load balancing is, right? So that way we don't have, like, now we have 2 links right here, right? We don't want all of our traffic utilizing just this link. When we load balance, we're gonna be like optimizing our traffic to use both of those links, but they're gonna be going between, you know, we can manipulate which one the traffic will be going on that link and then on that link, and we can choose like PAgP said by source or destination, MAC or IP. What did we want to do? We wanted to name him switch 2, and then checked the switch 2. We wanted to check the which one is being, if there's one being blocked, show span. Well, there's only one VLAN, so, and there it is right there. See, so gigabit 00 and 01, even though it's not being noted here, because that's the thing about GNS3, they don't really like emulate the lights of the LED ports on the switch like accurately. So gigabit 00 is the root switch, or in the root port, which is what we were talking about, Danny. Remember the root port? So this is the port we're going to use to get to our root bridge, that one right there. And this other link right here is being blocked, as noted right here, because we could potentially have a loop. Now, when we create a port channel, we're going to be able to use traffic on both of those links, and we'll see. So let's go ahead and move on with the show here. So understand how to enable the port channel protocols on a layer 2 network is a must for every engineer to know, including Fraudbot's coworker over there. As a Cisco engineer, as well as in the Cisco CCNA exam, you'll be expected to learn how to configure port channels using LACP and PAgP. Danny already answered that question. Does anybody know which is which? What does LACP stand for? What does PAgP stand for? Which one is the open standard? Which one is the Cisco proprietary standard? I know we asked that, but y'all know I like to drill things in y'all head and like to drill things in my head too. I know the answer to that is just, I like just speaking to you guys, and then I go back, believe it or not, watch these streams and be like, oh look, Danny answered the question. I forgot to, you know, I try to perfect my streams here like that by watching them over again. Fraudbot's like, this guy, man. I'm gonna go ahead and have my coworker tune in on the network, bruh. Again, we do these streams Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, what else they wanted us to know here? Configure the host names on switch 1, 2, and 3. So we did 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and console into switch 3. We got to power him on before we do that. Start console. Link aggregation control protocol. That is correct. smooth. Link aggregation control protocol. The way I like to remember it, it ain't really an easy way to remember it, because I like, I used to think, okay, well, Cisco starts with the letter C, so it's a lower letter, so I'll associate it with the lower letter, which is the L, LACP. But no, it's not. So the higher letter is the PAgP, right? So Cisco is actually port aggregation. Well, I gave the answer, I guess. Port aggregation, right? Port aggregation protocol. And that's the Cisco proprietary one. So unless you guys, does anybody have an easier way to remember which one is the open standard and which one is the Cisco proprietary standard? I'm trying to get him in right now. Well, shout out to Fraudbot and his coworker, man. Let me know what's up, man. Let him know that we try to do this stuff Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In case you guys don't know, this is the book we're using. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, Learn by Doing. Experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read, but 90% of what we do. So if you're a kinetic learner, even if you're not a kinetic learner, and most likely, most people learn by actually doing things. And it's just like I always use the example of driving a car. You can read all the theory you want, take all these written tests, but it's not until you get behind the wheel that you really learn how to drive, right? So switch 3, we need to change the host name. Basic homework here, right? Sorry for talking you guys off, ear off right now. What's going on with switch 3? Wake up, man. Come on, buddy. I guess he's waking up. There he goes, right there. Jesus. I'm sorry for using his name in vain here, but it's just like, come on. We got a lab. We got people here waiting, man. P equals C. I guess we could use that one. PAgP, or port aggregation protocol. If you don't have Cisco equipment, you're LACPing with a silent P. I guess we could use that one. You're LACPing with a silent. You're lacking. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one, Fraudbot. You're lacking if you don't have Cisco equipment. I like that one. I really like that one. I'm gonna try to remember that one. Configure terminal. We're gonna name this one host name switch 3. We're finally done with the basic stuff here, right? Jesus, come on. Maybe I gotta do logging synchronous as well, right? Logging. Oh, I gotta go to the line console mode for that. Y'all know what I'm doing here, right? So y'all see how this keeps breaking up my typing and stuff like that? When you logging synchronous, those log messages will be in sync with what you type. So we don't have to worry about that, right? So, and I'll show you guys real quick. Once I get out and then go back in, configure terminal, and notice I'm still typing and it doesn't break my typing and stuff, right? So now we're gonna do the host name switch 3. We finally got some basic homework done here. Task number, we got how many tasks? We got 5 tasks here. We're only on task number 2 here. Create 2 VLANs on every switch as follows. VLAN 10 as the data VLAN. VLAN 20 is the management VLAN, right? So y'all know how to do that. Go ahead and do that for each 3 switches, right? If you don't know, just follow on. Go to global config mode, and we say VLAN 10. Name that one data. I'm gonna do it in all caps though, so it's case sensitive, isn't it, right, guys? Naming the VLAN, is that case sensitive? Anybody remember? Switch 2. VLAN 10. The data. Yes, I understood what you meant, Fraudbot. You're lacking if you don't have Cisco equipment. So, LACP would be open standard, and then Cisco would be PAgP. So yes, I did understand what you meant, and I like that. I like that one. VLAN 10 is data VLAN. VLAN 20 is the management VLAN. Do show VLAN brief. Where's my VLAN 20 for this guy? Why didn't he come up? Maybe because I didn't get out, right? Now we can do a show VLAN brief, and he should be right there. We got to do the same thing with switch 3. VLAN 10 name data, and VLAN 20 name management. right? Show VLAN brief. I should put that logging synchronous on all three. We're on task 3 out of 5. We're almost done here, right? I think so. Configure each switch port shown in the diagram as a trunk and make sure all VLANs are allowed. Well, if we don't manipulate them, we could just do switch port trunk and then just do .1Q as the encapsulation. Y'all remember how to do that? So we go to switch 1. For me, again, your interfaces might be different. So on switch 1, I need to put these 3 ports trunking. So in this case, GI01, 02, 00 through 03. So I could just do an interface range command, put all those ports as trunking, right? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Again, your interfaces might be different. Y'all hit me with that like button too if y'all like what y'all see so far. Interface range, what am I doing? GI 00 through 03, right? Because that's going to be all 3 ports. Yes. And then we say switch port trunk encapsulation .1Q, and we say switch port mode trunk, right? And then we can see which ones are trunking. Show interfaces trunk, and all 3 of those interfaces are trunking, right? And we go to switch 2 and do the same thing, right? So 00, 1, 2, and 3. And you know what? On this guy, I don't want to do 4. I should have done 00. I need to remove that one and do from 3 to 1 on that guy. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll get rid of this interface right here. No, you know what? I'm going to leave that as is because I remember messing with that and it kind of messed up my thing, so I'm going to leave that as is. Again, your interfaces might be different. Every time I do EtherChannel without shutting down the interfaces, my channels trip. That is very true, Brian Connor. Very, very, very true. They say it is good practice to shut down your physical interfaces before building a port channel. So that is a very good point, Brian. We got Brian representing Mumbai, India over there. That's a very good point. You guys know when you create a port channel, right? Or once we do that, once we put physical interfaces under the port channel, you know, it starts acting kind of funky. So it's good practice to shut down the physical interfaces before joining them to a port channel. So that's a very good point there, Brian. That's right, Brian. That's why you need to shut down the port. Yep, exactly. With first and then configure it and open the interfaces. Very good point, both of you guys. So we haven't gotten to that part yet, though. We needed to create these guys to be trunks on switch 2, right? So again, I'm going to do that line console. I mean, logging synchronous on this switch. I don't think I did it on this one yet. Interface. You know, I should do it. I should create a macro, shouldn't I? Let me do that. I should create a macro. Define interface range, and we say GI. It needs to be. Oh, so we need to create a macro first. Bruh. Let's say bruh 10, and then I'm gonna create another macro on the other switch as well. Oh, that's why it will come in handy. Cause okay, never mind. But anyways, yeah, it will come in handy anyway. So this will be bruh. Let's call this bruh 2 instead. And then we say interface GI 0/0 through 3, right? And then we're gonna say interface range, and then we do macro bruh, all caps bruh 2, and we do switch port trunk encapsulation .1Q, and we say switch port mode trunk. That puts them in the trunk, and we can verify that with show interface is trunk, right? And we got 0 through 03 in a trunk, right? On. And we go to switch 3 and see who's trunking. He's probably going to, let's see. Yes, so they're automatically trunking there because they were set to dynamic auto. And that's why we have this in there. It negotiated. I'm sorry, switch port negotiation. So we could check, let's say ports, we need to put actually port 4 in a trunk, right? Because that's port 4 right there. Yeah, port 4 needed to be in a trunk. So we got 0, 3, 00 and 04 there, right? Okay, let me see. This interface is from switch 2's port 02, switch 300. So 00 is that guy. That I believe is 04. So that's 00. And this is interface 03 to 04. So that's switch 2's 03. That's 03. And then that's 02. So that's switch 202. Y'all see what I'm doing here, right? Got to fix those interfaces there. So that's the interfaces right there. That's 02 and that's 03. This is 04 and that's 00. So now we need to make sure that 04, and I should probably do that the same thing with these guys. This is 00 to 00. This should be switch 101 to 01. That's correct. And then this should be switch 03 to 03. So this is going to be switched here. That's 03 to 03, that guy. And then that's 03 to 03, and that's 02 to 02. So there we go. And that's what it should have been. 0, 1, 2, 3. Y'all see that? And then that is 0. Yeah, so 0, and then that's switch 304. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this. But it is an easy configuration, bud. If you don't watch what you're doing, you can troubleshoot for hours. Very true. Do show CDP neighbor to find the ports. Yes, we can do that. Danny, although I agree, I also wonder. Although I agree, I always wonder why. Yeah, it's just common practice to do that. Matter of fact, I was reading earlier today about port channels and ether channels and stuff like that, and I'm trying to do that before I get in on these live streams to kind of like better, talk about these topics before I come in here and steer you guys astray. I was reading some white paper that said it's good practice to shut down your interfaces before bringing them onto a channel port, a ether channel group. So, yes, Brandon. Yeah, I could have just done it. So show CDP neighbor to see this as well. So we need to do. Make sure GI04 is trunking, because I don't think GI04 is trunking on switch 3. So we go to switch 3. The only ones that's trunking is 00, 02, 03, and 10, which I didn't even configure a 10. So we need to make sure that configure terminal interface GI 04 0/4. I don't have a 04. Huh, interesting. I thought he said that goes to 04. Let's see. Yeah, switch 3's 04 interface. So maybe there's not a 04. Maybe that's supposed to be 10. So maybe the labeling on that is wrong. Let's do what Brennan was saying. Show CDP neighbor so that way I know. Yeah. So my local interface is 10, which takes me to switch 2 gig 03. So that's supposed to be gig 10, and I don't even think I could change it when I do that. Right? That interface right there, I want to change the name of it. Nope, can't even do that. See? So be careful when you're using GNS3 here. So that's supposed to say 10 right there. Let me make sure on the other switches too. Let's make sure I do that. Let's see. 01, 00, 01, 02, 03. So I just probably plugged them up. Yeah, I cabled them up differently. I cabled them up differently. Just know that switch 3, he don't have a gig 04 interface. It's the 10 that's actually connected to the other switch. So that guy right there is actually what we think is gig 04. I don't know why he labeled it that. I'm not too sure. You would think they would have just kept it in line with the other thing. It's easy for the exams, but doing it practically without that, it's kind of trippy. Yes, it is, man. So We are on task number, and we're allowing all the VLANs, correct? Yes, all VLANs are allowed in the trunk right there. Same thing with this guy. Same thing with that guy, right? So, task 4, which is the tricky one right here. And then we'll get to task 5 and we're wrapping it up. So task 4 says to start configuring the port channels as follows. The links between switch 1 and 2, which are located right here. These two links right there. We need to make that port channel 1, and the protocol is LACP. Now you can hard code the protocol by just doing the channel protocol mode. Command, or depending on the mode that you use, that'll determine which protocol you're using. I hope I haven't confused you guys with that, but LACP has the modes active and passive, and then I believe the other one is what, just auto? No, active, passive, and then on is for the regular open standard. So if you have one that's active, the other side has to be either active or passive, and that'll configure an LACP protocol. With PAgP, or Port Aggregation Protocol, that is the Cisco proprietary proprietary ether channel. That one is desirable, and I believe auto. So one has to be desirable, the other one could be also desirable, or the other one has to be desirable and the other one's going to be auto. Now there's a list. I had the combinations in a box here. I mean, in a like a little chart there, but when I rebooted my computer, I didn't save it. So, and I don't feel like, researching while I'm over here live streaming and stuff like that. So, Brian, was that correct? Was I correct in saying that? Brian says that I was right. Desirable and auto is what Danny said. LACP is active and passive. Yes, that is correct, Danny. So yes, I was right. LACP is active and passive, and then Cisco is desirable and auto. Now you can't have auto and auto. They won't form a port channel. You can have desirable and auto. You can have desirable and desirable. And what I like to remember is, like, one has to be desirable. One has to desire the other one. I think it was Jeremy Chiara said that in a CBT Nuggets video, or it might have been Keith Barker. I can't remember, but they have to desire one another. You think about relationships, like, an actual relationship. Like, for me, example, me and Miss NetworkBruh, we have to desire each other for our relationship to work, right? So once they're both desirable, then they will form an ether channel. So, but that will form a PAgP ether channel, or PAgP port channel. So the first one was, these two links need to be LACP, and I'll go ahead and put a label there, so that way, did I mess it up? I did not. Okay, good. So this needs to be LACP on that side. LACP ether channel, right? And that needs to be what, port channel 1 is what they wanted? Yeah, it was Jeremy. He talks about prom night. Yes! That's a good one. That's right. Was it prom night, though? I do remember him talking about this being desirable, and desirable, and has to be think about being in a relationship and stuff like that. But I don't remember the prom night analogy. Switch 1 and switch 2. Port channel 1, right? So this needs to be port channel 1 on this side. So we need to do, let's go ahead and shut these two interfaces down, and on that side, shut those two interfaces down. Y'all ready? We'll go ahead and go to switch 1 and shut these two interfaces down. Remember, this is just best practice to do this. You don't have to, but it's best to shut them down. So on switch 1, we're going to say interface. I didn't create a macro. Let me go ahead and create a macro on this switch. Y'all remember how to create macros, right? We'll call him bruh 1. Gig 0 through 1. I should have created a macro for those two See, I created last time. I need to fix that other macro because I created a macro for all 4 of those, and we're not going to do that. So I got to be careful with that. Auto is shy. Desirable is aggressive. Yes, that's a good way to remember it too. Auto is shy. Desirable is aggressive. Y'all pay attention to these guys that are talking in live chats, man. They give us a lot of stuff to remember this stuff. Like I have my ways of analogies and stuff to remember things, but you know the guys like Brian and Pepper Jack and all S-Move and all these guys, they give us stuff to remember these little tips along the way. So, and again, we're doing, this is kind of, I wouldn't say the easy stuff. If you're new to this, it might not be easy to you, but you know, we're doing all of the CCNA topics. So after we're done with this book, we'll probably do some, maybe once I get Boston Nets in, we'll be mixing up a little bit Boston Nets in, and then we'll be doing some CCNA topics. So it'll get a little bit more difficult than this. So everybody join the train here. So on that interface, I mean that macro bruh 1, I need to be careful with these macros because I'm going to confuse myself here. Interface range macro bruh 1, right? I got to name the macro there. Bruh 1. So that's going to put me in interface range for that. I'm going to shut those ports down, right? Did he shut those down? There they go. 0, 0, and 0, 1 is shut down, which I don't like the fact that these two did not turn red. So whatever. Anyway, switch 2. I need to shut down those 2 ports. What was the command to show the macros? Show parser macro brief. No. Show macro and then total on macro. See that says none there. Description. I'm doing too much experimenting here. I'm veering off. Let me just check one more thing before I move, y'all. Macro description. Huh, I thought that would show our macros there. One of you guys showed me that. I think it was Danny that said that. But anyways, let me stop creating macros and just get on with the show, man. So global config mode, interface range, GI. See how much faster to do it that way, man? Shut those 2 ports down. And then they said they wanted us to create an LACP, right? Is that what they said? An LACP port channel? Yes, I did. So LACP port channel between switch 1 and switch 2. Y'all hit me with that like button, man. We shut those guys down, and we say channel group. Before I even do that, I want y'all to see this. That you could not only could you just do you could do it by keyword by doing channel like channel group and then the mode, right? Like on or auto or desirable or whatever. You could also do the channel protocol, and that'll hard code the type of protocol it is. So in this case, we said protocol, right? We wanted an LACP protocol, right? And then we'll say channel group 1 mode is LACP, so we're gonna do active. So active and passive is for LACP, right? And then Cisco is the ones that don't really make sense, but it's the desirable and auto or whatever. So mode active, and now notice we created the port channel. So port channel 1 should be down in this case. We just do show interface status. And those 2 are down. And there's our port channel right there. It's not connect, unassigned. Why is that? Because we shut those interfaces down. So now we should be able to bring those up, and that should bring up the port channel 1, right? So we'll do a no shut on switch 2 and switch 1, right? So configure terminal interface range GI 0 through 1. No shut, no hut, 2, 3, 4, no shut, and then we'll go to switch 1 and unshut those 2 guys. No shut. Oh, we didn't create a port channel on this side, did we? What am I doing? Let me go ahead and shut that bad boy down. Let me shut that bad boy down. Switch 1. We need to, and notice it's suspended. See, this is why you got to be careful. You see that? So now it's suspended. That's why you got to be careful. And this is what what you guys meant right here. So let's do this. I'm gonna get out of this macro range before I start messing things up over here. GI00 through 1, and we said channel group or channel protocol LACP channel group 1 mode is going to be we'll put active for that one. And now we're creating a port channel, right? And switch 2, we could I believe we can no shut that one now. Let's do this. Let's shut it down, shunt it down, and then no shut it, and do the same thing on switch 1. No shut, and hopefully that brings up our interfaces, our port channels as well. So we got 00 coming up, 01 coming up. What about port channel 1? Help me out, port channel 1. There it is, right there. Port channel 1 is up now, and on switch 2, port channel 1 is up as well. We can verify that with the show ether channel, which I believe they said it right here at the end. I don't know why they gave it to us. Make sure each port channel is up and running by issuing the following command on each switch, which is show ether channel summary, right? So we're almost done here, y'all. So we just do show ether channel summary. That's step task 5. So we'll check on each one as we go along. So port channel 1 is up. The capital S stands for, where is it? A layer 2 port channel. So we don't have an IP addressing on it, so it's just layer 2, right? We're just using the physical interfaces and put it in the port channel. And then the capital U stands for in use. Now earlier, remember when it said it was suspending and all this other stuff? Because right there, currently not enabled. It was in suspended mode. So if we would have ran the show ether channel at that point, it would have had the this lowercase s there. So now we've got gig 00 and 01 in a port channel, and that is the protocol right there. Any other points? Time saver. Use the do command when you want to use show commands. Yes, I'm familiar with the do command. Eagerly waiting for your routing protocol videos and live stream. Appreciate that, Brian. I can't wait to do it either because I feel like I'm kind of weak in routing protocols. So again, we're doing most of the basic layer 2 stuff and configuring VTP and VLANs. That's all we've been doing so far. But don't worry, we're going to get to the routing protocols pretty soon, man. So the next one was between switch 1 and switch 3, which is that guy right there. They want us to create a PAgP port channel and name it port channel 2, right? So let me go ahead and duplicate that guy. No, that's not what I wanted to do, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. PAgP. This is going to be a PAgP port channel, and it's going to be port channel 2. P-O. Come on, man. Fat Finger Squad in the building, right? And that's PO2. We got port channel 1 coming on that side, right? Go back to switch 1. And we're going to shut these 2 interfaces down, right? Because it's good practice to do so, right? And then we're going to shut these 2 interfaces down right here. And then I can't remember who said we should do show CDP neighbors, but I'm gonna follow your lead there. Show CDP neighbors, and we'll see the ones that is connected to switch 3 are these 2, gig 03 and 02, just like we have labeled there, right? 03 and 02. So we're gonna shut those 2 guys down. Right, that's the local interface. Yes, it is from switch 1. Anybody, any other points anybody want to make, or anybody wanted to point something out? It's hump day, y'all. It's hump day, y'all. Interface range GI02 through 3. Switch port. We're gonna shut that down. Shut And then we're going to go to switch switch 3. And shut down these two interfaces, 2 and 3, right? Y'all with me so far? Anybody have any questions or anything? Don't feel lost. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know what, if there's something you don't understand, there's plenty of people that can help out. We got Brian in the building. We got Danny, who's a really sharp guy. We've got Brendan, who's sharp. We've got Fraudbot and his coworker, who's really good with EtherChannels in the building. Don't be afraid to ask any questions in the chat room. Please ask questions, even if you feel like, oh man, I hope you're not gonna be embarrassed here, man, because I will block anybody that try to embarrass you. So enable global config mode, and we said interface range GI 2 through 3, 0, 2, 0, 2 through 3. Shut those bad boys down. And we said we want to hard code the interfaces to be PAgP, right? And it's gonna be port channel 2. So that's what I meant to do. I meant to do switch 1 right here. So now that we're in here, we're gonna say channel protocol PAgP, right? And I'll show y'all. We do this, and you'll see which ones. This is gonna prepare the interface for LACP or PAgP, right? One is open standard, one is Cisco proprietary. PAgP is the Cisco say that 5 times. Cisco proprietary. And then LACP is the open standard one, which means you can use LACP on other switches that are not Cisco. So Juniper, Microtronic, or whatever, MikroTik, some other heathen vendor. PAgP, we're going to prepare it to be PAgP, right? And we're going to say channel group. Amen to that. Only encouragement here. Can you share what you do in your daily job at the end of this stream, like regular daily stuff? For sure, man, for sure. I will tell you in just a second. I'll tell you what I did today, actually. Channel group. What was I at? Oh, so right here, we put the port number here, right? So if we want to put this in port channel 45, then we put channel group 45, and then the mode, whether it's going to be active or passive or whatever. But it depends on which protocol you're going to use, right? Now, here's my question. What if you hard code the channel protocol and use the wrong type of keyword like mode? Let's see what happens there. Should we do that? Y'all want to do that? Port channel group 2 and then mode, right? And these are the different modes right here. Active is LACP unconditionally. Auto, desirable, on, or passive, right? So let's do, we said we wanted to do PAgP, right? So it's either going to be auto or desirable when it's PAgP, right? Just like that right there. What happens if I put active, even though I set it to be hard-coded to PAgP, right? So let's do auto right there, right? And let's see what happens. Oh, it said it created a port channel. Oh, because I did not mean to do that. I meant to do another keyword. I had to have done like active. Let's do active, right? Let's change this to active and see what happens. See, right here. Already part of a port channel. You can't do that. Range command terminated because it failed. Y'all see that? Command rejected. Yes, exactly, Brendan. See, Brendan already knew what was the deal. That's what happens if you do that. It's already part of a port channel. I'm gonna try another one though. When we didn't put it in the port channel, I'm gonna try that next time. On this one right here, on this interface right here, when we create that port channel, I'm gonna do that without putting or before we put it in a port channel. So that interface changed. I mean that failed. So let's do a show run. There's your do command, Brian or Danny, whoever said that. Show run interface GI 02. And there's what we got so far for it, right? He's in trunk mode. Negotiation is auto. PAgP and auto. Oh no, that's not the negotiation I was looking for. That's not what I meant. That's the duplex, right? What I meant was that auto was what I was thinking of right there. So that's already set. That's already prepared for PAgP. So we need to go to the other side, which was switch number 3. That is down, and let's say channel group PAgP. My bad. Channel protocol PAgP, right? And then channel group 2, right? And we're going to say mode. Now, we said PAgP is either auto or desirable. What happens if we put active? Is he going to give you the same command there? Michael O'Hara. So I just joined this live, but I'm currently in an OPS boot camp and feeling discouraged and having a hard time with labs. Any advice you can give me at the end of the live? Other can chime in too. Hey, the more you do this, the better you get at it, man. There's a bunch of free labs that are out there on the internet. You can look just for some basic stuff on how to configure an interface, how to create VLANs. Just tune into these live streams, and we try to. Right now, we're doing a lot of the basic stuff right now, basic CCNA stuff. If you feel discouraged, don't feel discouraged. We've got a bunch of past live streams. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll see a whole bunch of live streams where other people are helping me out. I'm learning from them. They're learning from me. So it's synergy here. It's a learning environment. So I've got a bunch of tutorials that I did before I started doing these live streams. But yeah, after the live stream, if you want, I'll stay online, and we could talk a little bit more about it, Michaela. There's also, if you go to my page, you can see my email address if you want to email me personally as well. So let's make him mode active, which is not the right mode for PAgP, and see what happens. Cannot be added to the channel group because it failed. So channel protocol mismatch. That's what happens there. Y'all see that? So it's a different error that you're going to get, Brendan. Do you see that, what I did there? S-Move, don't feel discouraged. Try to have fun with this stuff. Exactly, man. You got to just try to have fun with it. And you see what I did right here? I didn't know what would happen. And I think I did see this error before. When you're using the wrong type of protocol or the wrong type of mode, it's going to tell you you've got a protocol mismatch because you're not using the correct mode. So it wouldn't have worked anyway. Y'all see that? So what I needed to do was either auto or desirable, because we hard-coded it as PAgP, and those are the only two modes you can do, auto or desirable. So if we do the same thing and put mode desirable, that created the port channel. You see that? So I hope that makes sense. It created the port channel, but it should not be up because the physical interfaces are down, right? So we can verify that with show interface status. And those two physical interfaces are down, right? 2 and 3. And port channel 2 is still is not assigned. If we do a show EtherChannel summary, even though we created port channel 2, we should see what different codes, right? So there's port channel 2 is created, but it's S and D. What do those stand for? S stands for, capital S rather, layer 2 port channel, and capital D, that right there, that little D right there, stands for down. So it's down. So now if we bring up the physical interfaces, see what happens? Configure terminal interface. We're going to bring up these two physical interfaces right here. Gig 03 and Gig 02. Right? Y'all with me so far? Range GI 02 through 3. No shut. No thut. No thought. No thought. Zone. No shot. And then we're going to go to switch number 1. That should bring that guy up. And port channel, let's see what happens to the port channel. Because remember, the other side is still down. So those physical interfaces are up, but what happens to the port channel? Let's see. Show EtherChannel summary. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done here. Show EtherChannel summary. Should be still SD. Yep, still SD. But notice we got an I here. Y'all see that? What does that capital I stand for? Standalone. So we've got port channel 2 created, right? It's up. I mean, it's not up over here, but it's these physical interfaces are up. They're in port channel 2, but port channel 2 is still not up yet. It's still D for down, right? And we can do that with show interface status. and we'll see that port channel 2 unassigned. And it's not necessarily down, but if we do a show interface PO2 down, right? Even though the physical interface is up, right? Why? Because the other side needs to be up. So go to switch 1 and no shut that guy. Start with the fundamentals, bro. Don't rush it. Also, commands can be very easily remembered. Understand the concept first and then do the lab. That is correct, Brian. I appreciate. Thanks for being encouraging to him. And now port channel 2 is up on this side. And if we go on switch 3, we'll see the port channel is up. Port channel 2 is up now, right? So now if we do a show ether channel summary, show, maybe go ahead and type all of this up, summary, and you'll see the port channel's up. Gig 02, 03. So SU, right? Capital S means layer 2. Capital U means in use. And then on this side, we've got port interface 02 and 03 with a capital P, and the capital P stands for bundled in port channel. So at first it had the I, which means it was standing alone in the port channel because the other side wasn't a port channel yet. And now it's bundled in the port channel there. And if we go back to switch 1 and C, and we'll just do a show ether channel on that side, show ether channel summary. And now you see we've got 2 port channels, right? Because we created a port channel on that side, which was the LACP one. And then we created a port channel on this side, which was the PAgP one, right? And notice the different protocols right there. LACP and PAgP. The last one is port channel 3 on this side. Last step, you guys. Between switch 2 and 3, port channel 3, and use the on mode. Now y'all know what difference is, right? This is basically also an open standard, but it's just, I forgot what the difference between LACP and just the one that's on mode. I believe that's also LACP if I'm not mistaken, right? Isn't that also LACP, the on keyword? Bro, scroll down on your messages. You're in history. What you mean by that? The messages. You're in history. Oh, I'm behind, huh? And I'm a woman. I'm a woman, by the way. Okay, applies to women too. That's correct, bro. Scroll down. It's all good. I don't know what you meant. S move. What am I missing here? Scroll down on my messages. But yeah. So yeah, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Oh, so yeah, Brian, you're using the word bro. So let's try to be politically correct here. But yes, Michaela. Just do the fundamentals. Start with the official cert guide. I got a lot of basic videos. You can start. So like, for example, this is if you're trying to work on a CCNA exam, this is the exam topics, right? Go to the website, Cisco's website, and download the exam topics. I started tutorials starting from the very first topic. So topic 1, 1.1a, and then 1.1b, and I kept going. I kind of stopped on 1.5 because I was having a lot of fun with these live streams, talking shit to y'all, and just doing these labs and stuff like that. So I'll probably continue those tutorials pretty soon. So anyways, don't forget to check if the ports are in a forwarding state. Yes, Danny, let's do that too. Show span. Oh, it's calling me right here. Y'all give me a second here. Hello? What?
I got drunk at Duffy's. I need you to come get me.
I'm live streaming right now. Just hit me back. Hit me back.
I need you to come get me.
Okay. Did they really?
No, I'm just playing.
Okay, well, let me call you back. It's killing me here. Anyway, so don't forget to check if they're in a forwarding state, right? So show ether channel summary. We go to, so spanning tree is what I meant to say. So they're all in VLAN 10. No, they're not all in VLAN 10. So VLAN 1 is forwarding on all ports there. What else we got here? VLAN 10 forwarding on those port channels right there. And forwarding on those port channels right there. Appreciate that, Dan. Dude, we can. Are you serious, man? That's gonna be that's gonna go on. That's gonna go down in the history books there. Anyway, y'all heard that for real? So let's go to switch. Let's go. We need to create a port channel between switch 2 and switch 3 here, right? So gotta lower that volume. Y'all gotta excuse me for that one, y'all. Oh, that's right. Y'all got the microphone right there. Jesus, guys, killing me here. So switch 2. Oh my goodness. We need to create a port channel between those two interfaces right there and those two interfaces right there. Let's do that so I can move on and probably be a designated driver. So we're going to go to global config mode and say interface range GI 0, 2 through 3. Shut those bad boys down and do the same thing on. Now, this is not GI 04, right? This is actually GI. I forgot what interface that was. Anybody remember what that was? That was 10. So 00 and 10, right? So on switch 3, interface GI, it was what? 00 and 10. 0. Y'all see this? Y'all see this, man? Jesus Christ, killing me. 00 through we're gonna shut that bad boy down, and then GI1/0. Shut that bad boy down, and then let's go ahead and get this so I can wrap this up. And oh Jesus, what was we gonna do? Oh, we needed to set the channel. Now we're not gonna hard code the protocol with channel protocol and then LACP or PAgP, right? It's supposed to be LACP, right? But we're going to leave that keyword out or leave that command out. We're just going to do put it on mode, just like it said here, right? In the guide right here, it said here. Make sure. Links between switch 2 and 3, port channel 3. Use the on mode, right? And then we can select which side is active, passive, or desirable auto. On that was something we did anyway. So on switch 2, switch 2. We're gonna say channel. Y'all with me so far? Group 3 to create port channel 3, right? Y'all see that? So y'all see that so far? So channel group 3 mode, and then we could choose either of those. If we do on, it's just EtherChannel. That's what it is. So it's not an open standard. It's just an EtherChannel. So I guess this was the open standard before open standards. Can't remember. Or is that no? That was Cisco proprietary as well, was it? Anybody remember? She didn't save her. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Mode on. So we did on there, right? For that guy. And it created port channel 3. Let's see what we got so far. Show EtherChannel summary. And it should be down, right? Yep, it's down. And notice it doesn't have a protocol there because we put it in on mode, and then those ports are down, right? Because we literally shut them down, right? What else we needed to do? There's other port channel commands that we could do as well. We did EtherChannel summary. Let's say we wanted to just check port channel 3. We do show EtherChannel 3. You can do that. I didn't know you could do that. Group number. It says group number right there. Group 3, right? Can you just do 1, 3, and then that? Oh, that's why you got to do this. And then one line summary for a group. Port channel. Port. Let's do port. Oh, so that's just the individual ports right there. You'll see right there. So gig 02 is down, not in bundle. So it kind of breaks down for, there's a lot more show commands that you can run there. Stop killing me, man. Almost done here, y'all. We're almost done, y'all. Let's do a detail, and we can see the detail for port channel 3. Let's say show EtherChannel 3 detail. And that's almost the same thing as Oh yeah, so this gives you how long it's been up. There's a lot of show commands that you can do. Now, I don't think you could do all these commands in Packet Tracer. That's why I like doing hardware or GNS3. So you'll see here, we got 2 ports in this bundle. The max you can put is 4. What else? Ports in the group 02. We can check the load balancing as well, can't you? Isn't there a way to check the load balancing? Does anybody remember how to do that? Show ether channel load balance, just like that. So show ether channel load balance. And right now it's load balancing by source destination IP. So depending on the IP address of the device, it's going to load balance by that. Source destination IP. No, hold up, that's wrong. I read that wrong. What is the load balancing for that? Source destination IP. Oh, it load balances by the source and destination IP. So both, right? And so both destination and source IP. This is OR. And OR. XOR, right? That's and OR. Anyway, let's move on with the show here. We did enough show commands there, right? We did detail. What else could we do? We could also do port channel like that. Show ether channel 3 port channel. And that just gives you the port channels in the group. It's been up for 3 minutes. And then let's do the same thing on switch 3 and call it a night. Interface GI. Let me go to this. I want to make sure I'm in the correct one, so that's why I'm doing that right there. 00 channel group 3 mode was on, right? We do on just like that. And then that created the port channel 3. If we do a show ether channel summary, there's port channel 3, but it's not up yet, right? Because we need to put another, well, we don't need to put another interface, but we're going to put another interface. We're going to put port channel, gigabit Ethernet 10 into that port channel. So interface GI 1/0 and do channel group 3 mode, Fat Finger Squad in the building, on. And now we could do a no shut for those guys, right? Before we do that, let's do a show ether channel summary. And those are still down, right? But now we've added 10 to the port channel 3. SD means it's layer 2 and down. The SD, right? Layer 2 and down. And then these 2 Ds mean down right here. What else we needed to do there? And we could just unshut these 2 ports right here. And that should bring up the port channel, right? So let's go ahead and no shut that guy. And then go to interface GI00. No shut that bad boy. And now let's do a show ether channel summary. And port channel 3 is up now on that side. Is it up on this side as well? Don't think so. It's supposed to be switch 2, my bad. Switch 2. So we needed to bring up those 2 interfaces right there because they're down right now. But how did this come up if it was if the other side is still down? That's interesting. Right? So we do a show interface status. Port channel 3 is probably up, right? Yeah, it's up on this side. It's up on that side. Interesting. We need to bring up the port channel 3 on this side, and it should be good to go. Interface range GI 0. And notice I didn't use my macro here yet. I didn't want to confuse myself. No shut these bad boys, and that should bring up port channel 3. Waiting. Those interfaces are up, and there is port channel 3 right there. Y'all with me so far? Any other questions or anything like that? What other commands y'all want me to run? We did show. Let's do a show ether channel summary. Show ether channel 3 port channel, hyphen channel, and you'll see the port channel's been up for 6 minutes. 2 ports in that port channel. That's the 2 ports that are in it. Time since it was last bundled, 28 seconds. So the port channel was up for 6 minutes, but we didn't really bring it up until 28 seconds ago, right? Because remember, we created that port channel earlier. So what else we want to do here? We could do show EtherChannel summary again, or we could just do show EtherChannel 3 summary. And that brings up just that interface, right? You see that? SU, which stands for layer 2, and it's in use. And the capital P stands for port channel bundled in port channel. If you like what you see, hit me with that like button. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Michaela, I'll stay online if you want and answer a couple questions. I do have an email. If you go to the about of my YouTube channel, you can see my email address there if you want to personally email me, and we could talk about a plan or anything like that if you want to. Okay. You can go to 101labs.net if you want to follow along to get a copy of this book right here, 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4, Learn by Doing, authored by Paul Browning, co-authored by Farai Tafa. Experts agree that we retain 10% of what we read, but 90% of what we do. So this is why I like doing hands-on. Again, you can read the theory all day, but most of these topics they're most likely to stick if you are hands-on and get your hands dirty with these things here. So y'all hit me with the comment below if there's any other suggestions you want to make for this channel. I know one thing I need to do is lower my phone volume when I'm on the phone next time talking. That, or just don't answer on the live stream, because that was very rude of me to you guys. So sorry about that. But hit that share button. Share these videos. Hit that subscribe button. In other words, comment, like, subscribe to the network. All right, appreciate that, Michaela. I will look out for that email.